Now to vote 2024, the Iowa caucus is less than 2 weeks away as the race for the GOP presidential nomination continues to dominate the political news. From the attempts to boot former President Trump from the ballot in a number of states to a battle on the airwaves between Governor DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. News4JAX reporter Scott Johnson went to a local political expert for some insight on where things stand right now.
In the final stretch, there are multiple things going on in the Hawkeye state, particularly as Governor Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and other candidates see what they can do to overcome what seems to be a wide gap in the polls and beat former President Trump. Daniel Cronrath teaches political science at FSCJ. He says Iowa is critical for the DeSantis campaign.
If Governor DeSantis cannot finish second in the Iowa caucus, he and his supporters must feel as if his campaign is functionally at an end. He has put all of his eggs in the Iowa basket. He's been to all 99 counties. He's done all of those things that you traditionally need to do.
There's a lot of talk of whether the other candidates are getting as much attention by voters as former President Trump. Well, you may not see it here in Florida, but in Iowa, campaign ads like these and others are running nonstop because the campaigns have dumped all their money into those early states. In fact, both DeSantis and Haley super PACs bought multiple attack ads in the Citrus Bowl game that had University of Iowa playing in it. But Cronrath says retail politics, meeting voters face-to-face, is also critical in Iowa.
If you're familiar with the Iowa State Fair and how almost all the candidates are required to go there and eat the deep-fried food and see
except to appoint Donald Trump.
True, Trump has never done that, but he still, even with everything going on, has made a lot of trips to Iowa relative to a lot of the other states that he's campaigned in.
There's also the issue of how unique Iowa is. They do a caucus rather than a primary, where voters gather in a neighborhood location at the same time, listen to speeches, and cast a ballot. And the history of Iowa has bucked political trends on the GOP side. They have a history of sometimes going against conventional wisdom.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think Senator Cruz actually won the state of Iowa caucus because in Iowa specifically, the Republican presidential primary field, it's almost a battle of who can be the most socially conservative, which is why you were able to see former Senator Santorum from Pennsylvania, very, very conservative Catholic, former Governor Mike Huckabee from Arkansas, very, very much a conservative Baptist. They really are ideologically conservative there.
There's also the issue of what's happening in Colorado and Maine, where those states have moved to keep Trump off the ballot. Cronrath says that could impact voter sentiment in Iowa, kind of like when Trump was indicted and Republicans became more inclined to vote for him. And the final word on whether he can be kept off the ballot is likely to come from the U.S. Supreme Court at some point. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
Choose News4JAX for all your election coverage. Head to our website, news4jax.com, and find the Your Voice Matters tab. That is where you will get the latest information on the candidates and the issues that voters care about. We continue to update that page, and we will do it right up until Election Day.